Hi friends, welcome to another video. Hope you're all doing beautifully well, having wonderful weeks and weekends. Today we are going to do something a little bit different, only ever so slightly different. It is Saturday. Saturday may be I don't know the date, something of October, the middle of October. Saturday and Sunday this weekend I need to work. A lot of content. So I've decided that just today, I'm gonna film like around the bits that I'm actually filming and editing and just show you everything that I'm doing. It feels like, because I'm kind of buckling myself in knowing that I'm actually gonna have like a day that feels very samey. Like I'm gonna be at home, I'm gonna be filming, like sat in the same spot over and over again, and then editing, sat in the same spot. So I think if I actually record it for you and talk in between, explain bits that I'm doing, then I think that makes it a little bit more fun. We actually moved the furniture around. So I think this is probably the best setup that we've actually had. So just made myself some tea, because we don't have any coffee. I need to have something as soon as I wake up, that's a given. Okay, let's talk about what I actually need to film and edit today. Film lesson 5 of my course. So there is 12 lessons in total. Overall, it probably takes me about 2 hours to film the lesson. And then when I edit them down, I probably get them down to about like just over 60 minutes, maybe just under. So they're chunky. They take up a lot of my energy as well. It just requires so much energy to film long form content, especially when it's like for something, because you really want to make sure that you're including everything that you need to say, communicating it in a very clear way as well. Yeah, it's not easy, but I definitely fucking love it. Like I love my job. I love filming. I love editing. I love like the finished pieces of content that I always have. Like I'm also loving this YouTube challenge. It's really fun and I love YouTube. I think it's just really fun to just be like chilling a little bit, you know? Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Like last week, I said this in my video anyway, but last week I was behind 2 days on posting my weekly Sunday video. And yeah, I don't want to slip into old habits and patterns. Only building good habits this year. What I need to film today, I want to film lesson 5 of the course, Create. I may even try and film lesson 6 later on today, because right now it's probably like 9 a.m. So I want to wake up, film this one, and then like recharge my batteries and then film lesson 6 later. That is the long form stuff. Obviously I'm going to be talking to the camera in between and recording the YouTube video that I need to upload tomorrow, so that will need editing. Lesson 4, I'll probably edit the rough cut 4. I'm probably going to be bouncing in between the DJI camera and my big gorgeous camera, just purely because my problem with the DJI, it dies so quickly. Given I am like sat down filming for 2 hours, I have to charge it like probably like twice in between. So it just means that I'm taking breaks and then I'm having to like interrupt my flow. It does actually get quite hot, but it doesn't actually overheat and like turn itself off. So recording for 2 hours has actually been fine, but obviously I am still taking breaks in between to charge it. So yeah, pros and cons. The big gorgeous camera that I have is the worst for filming content. Like I'd never be able to film long form content with it, purely because it overheats after like 20 minutes. I need to go and finish my skincare and turn Post Malone back on. So I'm gonna have to mute you. Okay, ready to film. Yeah, so most days that I've been filming the lessons, I've been filming them like in the afternoons, and the morning is like my favorite time of the day. So basically, the reason that I'm saying that is because I'm wondering how I'm actually gonna perform recording the lesson now, because I'm filming it in the morning, because filming is honestly so dependent on your energy and like how you actually feel that day. For a lady, her time of the month maybe. So maybe that's some fun food for thought. Think about what time you feel best out of the day. I'm just gonna show you this on screen. I recently updated my content planner because I used to have like a different table for, say, short form content, long form content, a different page for my course content, and now I've actually just added like new tables within the same table. Genius. So everything is like filtered so that I can only see like the short form, the long form, and then I can still see like all the same rows and like, I guess, options, the stage and like the platform, the format, all that kind of stuff. So I actually feel so good about my content planning system right now. So the lessons so far, we have lesson 1 and lesson 2 ready. Those were on finding your authentic content voice, like how you're speaking to the camera and using your voice. The second one was on ideation, so figuring out what you actually want to talk about. The third lesson that I need to finish editing is on creating a you content style. So that's basically like your personal branding, your editing style, how you're showing up visually. What I filmed yesterday was consistency strategies. So that included like batching. Today, right now, we're gonna film a lesson on storytelling. So yeah, there's definitely some lessons that I would say I'd probably prefer teaching. The content style one being a big one, because for me, like the thing that I'm best at is video editing and making something that is just like words make so much more sense with visuals. Yeah, that's definitely where I shine the best and where I feel like the most confident. But I still really like talking about everything else because I think my whole like ethos is that like I'm constantly so overwhelmed and like nearing the edge of burnout at all times. Not at all times, that's harsh and mean to say, because I'm definitely doing all the things to avoid me getting there. I'm being so much more strategic and organized and like realistic with myself now than I ever have been. And I also feel like so much more creative now than I ever have been, because I'm so aware of like my mindset and how I feel and how much, even what I've said to you so far, like filming long form content drains me. And I think like I really want to be speaking about that in my content as well, and not just making it like, here's a video editing tutorial that you can do. And my content will still definitely make up like, I would say 50% of video editing. I think that's where I want it to be. And the rest of it, I still want it to be like, guys, you know that this is impossible, right? Like, you're not the only one that's like struggling, or like maybe you're just starting and you're realizing how hard editing is, or you're realizing how confusing social media is, the decision fatigue that you can get yourself into, figuring out like, is this the right thing for my page? Like, what should I be doing? It's crazy. I think like social media and content, it's so overwhelming. I can't remember if I said this in the first video on YouTube or not, but I'm gonna say it just in case I didn't. There was a class that I actually taught, and funnily enough, it was actually the last live workshop that I ever did. Basically, I was teaching a workshop on like the overall like content strategy stuff. I was being a guest in my friend's course, and there was someone that mentioned something like 3/4 of the way through, and they were like, well, you're not really selling it though, are you? And I was like, what? You're like, you know, like social media, like if you're always so overwhelmed and like, you know, it's so hard, like you're not really selling it. And I went so red, like my face literally turned purple. I was already so nervous and so anxious as it was, like doing, like teaching something in someone else's course. I managed to answer myself like pretty well. So I don't think it was meant with malice or anything. I think looking back, I'm not trying to sell social media. Like I'm not trying to convince anyone to do social media. Like that should be more than clear with the content that I talk about. It's so hard, it's so draining, there's so much pressure coming from absolutely everywhere. And if you want to do it, you have to be doing it for the right reasons. So that was my reflection. Like, girl, I'm not trying to sell it. Like, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Like, honestly, if that is the mindset, if you're already feeling like you have to be convinced to do social media, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So that was interesting. Because of that, I almost like put my course to the side for quite some time, because I was actually just like so nervous to then talk in front of a group again. And I think that's normal. I think it's actually really good to talk about, because there's so many people out there that have these courses, or they're like teaching live workshops, and you look at them and you're like, oh my god, how are you doing this? Like, you are an icon. Like, I'm genuinely looking up to you, because I think that is like so, it's so impressive. But we also kind of need to be realistic. most of the people that are probably teaching those courses and classes and workshops are also shitting themselves. It is really scary, but now with the way that I've restructured Create, my course, I'm so much more excited for it this time around. I'm pre-recording all of the intensive lessons, and the reason that I wanted to do that, there was 2 reasons. The first reason being I actually want people to learn when they're in their best mindset, so joining like a random call at a random time may not suit everyone. So if you actually want the information to be like stuck in your brain, I think it's best to do it like a time in the week when it works for you. And the second reason was also like selfishly for me, because these lessons are so intense. There's so much information that I need to give you. Sometimes I may go off on a tangent that wasn't even relevant to what like the lesson was about, which isn't a bad thing. Having the ability to pre-record it and then edit it down, I think is the best thing ever for everyone. I do still have a live element of Create this year. There's going to be live like bi-weekly group sessions, but they're not structured. I'm hoping that everybody's just going to be like using it as a space to like brainstorm and just kind of like bounce ideas back and forth. Maybe there may be like some topics that they want me to do a bit of a deeper dive on, and I'm so fine doing that. I think it's just nicer knowing that they are unstructured for everybody again. So yeah, that is my reflection. Hello, 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 are we working? Yes, okay, stunning. Let's go, breathe the nerves out. So I'm 70 minutes in and I'm actually feeling quite good. I'm like tired, but I'm actually feeling good, which is a fun change. My back is killing me. That actually went really, really, really well, I have to say. But I'm definitely tired now. I think I'm gonna go and have a break. I really wanted to go to the gym, so maybe I actually change myself into my gym clothes and just go and do that, because that'll probably make me feel quite good. I'll charge my DJI because it's only on 17%. And then I also need to pick up some coffee after in my favorite coffee shop. I'll bring you with me, and then I may even grab some lunch when I'm there. Okay, now that that's over and done with, what have we got left to do? I need to shower. I need to film lesson 6 out of 12. Obviously, I'm continuing to film this YouTube video. I also then just need to start editing. And I also want to make some presentation slides. However, I need to walk the dogs at about, what time is it? 2:30. I need to walk the dogs probably in like an hour. So I'm just contemplating like what to do between now and then. I'll shower and I'll make myself clean. All I want to do is lie down and watch Love is Blind and drink tea. But that's not gonna happen. Down. Ring. Good. Good girl. I think I'm honestly having like one of the best days ever. I am finally now at the time of 5:37 about to lock back in and film another lesson. Given the time, I think it's probably that like the lighting isn't going to stay as it is. It's going to get a little bit darker, so I may need to put a lamp on, but I kind of think because it's for the lesson, I'll have a presentation on the screen anyway, and I'm just like a little circle. I'll show you an example on screen, show you what it looks like. So I don't think it's the end of the world if the lighting isn't perfect, but that's my priority. And then I want to spend lots of time, probably the rest of the evening, editing. Woohoo! Editing this vlog, editing the lessons, making presentations, and maybe tomorrow, no, definitely tomorrow, I'm gonna film lesson 7 out of 12. And then I'm gonna do the rest next week, and then they'll be ready. I want to have everything ready by Friday is my goal. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week. But luckily, I don't think I actually have any, next week I don't have any client calls. It's a shame that I vlogged this week. I'm using the word vlog, whatever, let's get over it. It's a shame that I vlogged this week, but well, today, because next week is actually gonna be quite fun and also quite exciting. But maybe you guys can let me know if you liked this, and I can film a little bit more next week, because Monday, me and Fen, my video editor, our first hire, we're actually renting an office, a private meeting room with a whiteboard, and we're gonna do our end of quarter. We're doing it quite late, but our end of Q3 review, reflections, plans for the rest of the year and next year. So I'm so excited. I'm excited to just have a whiteboard and write stuff down and start brainstorming with each other. And then on Tuesday, I'm getting some new tattoos. And then, yeah, I need to just spend loads more time filming and editing next week and running the business. How exciting. So you can let me know in the comments if you want me to vlog next week, or if you would prefer a deep dive on so many videos to come. Honestly, there's so much that I can share and talk about, which is so cool. While I'm in the zone, while I've got battery and storage on my SD card, let's get to recording. It's lesson 6. Ooh, I've been filming for the last, oh my god, well, it's 7:15, so maybe like 2 hours, maybe less than 2 hours, and my camera got down to 1% battery, and I just finished. Thank God. Wow, okay, I was so tired at the beginning. Like, I think because it's just been a bit of a long day, so I was quite tired, but as soon as I got into the flow of like chatting about everything that I wanted to chat about, I enjoyed it so much. And that lesson was on algorithms, and I definitely don't consider myself to be like an algorithm expert at all, but I think it's just quite fun to like just talk about like my perspective on algorithms, what we need to prioritize and not prioritize. I need to make a tea. I have only had 1 tea today, which is not like me at all, and start editing. Oh my god, I can take my earrings out now that I don't need to pretend to be cool for anyone. Take these dogs out of their bed as well. Just big boy. Okay, maybe I need to turn the light on. The day is over, and I've just ordered myself some stunning pad see ew from my favorite Thai restaurant. It's just a box of noodly goodness. Noodly doodly doos. That's my karma for being a nosy neighbor. I've just dropped the rest of it on the floor. Most of it already went in the bowl, thank goodness. Taste test. I could be bold and get myself another alcohol-free beer, but it's not essential. If I had any kombucha right now, I would so opt for kombucha, but I don't, so whatever. Okay, let's have a little tiny quick chat before I wrap this video up, because yeah, the day is over, but boy did I have a great time filming it today. I must say. I spent the whole day by myself, and I've actually had the loveliest day. And I think part of that is definitely down to filming it. I think when I know that I'm filming something, like I'm doing it for you guys, I think it like intentionally makes me do more things, which I don't think is a bad thing. When I finished in the gym, I realized I could go to like a cafe that's closer and I could just pick up coffee from anywhere. I could get food from anywhere and just go home. But I knew that I wanted to go to the cute cafe because I said it to you guys in the vlog. And I also was really in the mood to go there and try that new dish. Crunchy carrots. And then I got loads of steps in and I went to the gym and now I'm having a fun takeaway. I filmed 2 lessons today. I've mostly edited my YouTube vlog. I haven't got any presentations done. That was very optimistic of me to think that I would actually manage to design presentations, and that's okay. I forgot to take any videos, but when I was trying to like transfer all my footage from the SD card to the external hard drive, I ended up having 2 cheese plates with the baguette. I think I've had like 3/4 of the baguette and cheese with some honey and some cherry tomatoes because that's like the only fruity savory thing I had in the fridge. And oh my goodness, the cheeses were incredible. And now, well, I've been watching Modern Family as like background TV, but there's a new episode of Grey's Anatomy out on Disney every Friday. So it's episode 2. So I'm gonna watch that and I'm gonna finish editing the vlog for tomorrow. And then I think that's just gonna be my day. And I'm really happy with that. Again, it feels like I've posted a bit of a shorter video this week, but I'm just really proud of myself for still posting. And it's actually been quite nice to slowly incorporate just a bit more life, a bit more of like, I guess, the realness behind all the content that I make. And I know I went on a big tangent earlier on in the video just saying how the social media and content creation is so overwhelming. And when I was editing the clips down, I was like, oh, does it sound like I'm complaining? Does it just sound like I don't have my shit together? But no, I don't think it does. I think I'm just being so honest. I understand what I'm doing and I understand that it's hard and I'm just trying to be honest about that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like these styles of videos, if you'd like me to share more from next week, from the meeting with Fen that we're gonna have in that like board meeting room that we've rented, and anything else, I'm always up for suggestions. But I am gonna finish my food while it's hot and I'm gonna put Grey's Anatomy on. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. I will see you in next week's video and I hope that you have a beautiful weekend or week whenever you're watching this.